in Bakersfield, California. This is the Renegade Report.
Welcome to this edition of the Renegade Report with the last of the Bowser Boys, first of the Grider Gang, and the former general in Chudy's army. It is Kenny Calvin. And if you're wondering why I'm dressed in full gear, it's because this is the Memorial Stadium Memory Lane edition of the Renegade Report. And how else can you start a Memorial Stadium Memory Edition without one of the greatest in Memorial Stadium history, Mr. Stan Greene? How you doing, sir?
I'm great, Kenny. How about yourself?
Well, I'm enjoying your laugh. You said it's Halloween at Memorial Stadium today, but hey, I said I can't come down to the grass for the last time without getting in the spirit of how I used to come down the hill. So you got it, man. This is Kenny Cow.
Oh, I'm proud of you. At least you still fit in.
Hey, you should have saw me and Mr. Maglieri trying to squeeze in this thing. So, Mr. Greene, we had a chance to catch up early during the fall and talk about the 1988 championship team, the 30-year anniversary. I had an opportunity to go down pregame before homecoming and just watch you fellowship with some of your teammates, Lindsey Collins, old Coach Sykes, who was here, a lot of guys that I got to meet for the first time. How does it feel to be part of this historic tradition? I know we talk about it all the time, but just give the world your perspective on how important it is to be part of this legacy.
Well, it's just really cool and rewarding to be a part of something so much bigger than you are.
Absolutely.
All the guys that came before us and all the guys that came after us and all the guys that will continue to come up here. It's just pretty cool to be a part of it.
Absolutely. I had a chance to, joke with some of my former players this week on Facebook, and they're nagging about Coach Chudy's chewing them out and one-on-one battles. What are some of your most unique memories outside of the championship? I know the championship, of course, is a great memory point for you, but just reflecting on some of the times that you had just as a student and as a player over the years.
Almost every time I walk into the stadium, I remember when I came down here as a senior in high school from Visalia and walking down the ramp with Coach Bowser and Coach Dameron and my mom.
Wow.
And they talked about, the history behind this place and how the whole community comes out every Saturday to support the team and how the stadium's full. And, someday that could be you playing in front of them. And, we spent the better part of that day with those two guys who, their history is legendary up here.
Yes.
And then, shortly thereafter, the shock and awe wore off of how big this stadium is. We got to run the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
So, at that point, I wished I was at a small JUCO, like, I don't know, maybe Ventura or something with less steps. So, those are the memories, some of the memories that come out instantly are just the relationships. My mom's passed away, and of course, Dameron and Bowser have retired, and then just the bond with all the guys that you played with and all the little things that happen, messing around before a game or coming out here for the big games, and every game was a big game then.
Absolutely. I reflect on, when I think about the stadium, I always get goosebumps as I hit University when I come up Mount Vernon, and that same feeling comes over me like I'm preparing to play. And that's one of the inspirations for me getting fully geared today, to try to bring back that nostalgia from my memories and see how we can tie those in together. So our last edition of the Renegade Report, when you came out, you brought one of your favorite receivers, Lindsey Collins. Yep. Since then, I've had the opportunity to be friends with him on Facebook and follow him. He's doing some monumental things in his career and his life after athletics. Let's talk about your day-to-day now as an adult who's transitioned into still working with so many athletes in the community.
Yeah, well, when you're up here or an athlete anywhere, it's just such a small part of your life, but you're forming how you're going to act and behave the rest of your life. And I was fortunate enough to be a part of a great team with some great kids and develop some great connections. I came back to town after I graduated from Boston University, and a couple years later I was hired into the high school district. And ultimately, I've been able to move my way up to the director of school support services, where I oversee all athletics and activities for the Kern High School District. And, we've been able to do some great things in that job. We started the Peak Awards, which we honor choir students and band students and best
Beautiful.
actor and best actress and sports kids. And it's kind of like the ESPN ESPY Awards. So that comes up on May 15th.
Beautiful.
Then a couple years later, we started All-Star Volleyball and All-Star Basketball. And then last year, we were able to launch Kern High Achieve magazine, which has been amazing. Fact is, Bakersfield College is going to be in it this edition.
Beautiful.
They've partnered with us, and they'll have 3 pages in that magazine.
Well, I'll talk to Mr. Fessler and try to help get some sponsors and different opportunities for that. So that's a great addition to what was already a great organization. And you've invited me to work, and commentate several youth sports, and give me the opportunity to, be back in the realm of driller nostalgia. Being a former driller and having an opportunity to call those games was a dream come true in the past few years. And just reflecting on that reminds me how special it is for me to have the opportunity to come back to the community that made me great from a player's perspective and now as a community member as well. So, I just love following in you guys' footsteps and just thinking about the things that made this place special when I was a kid and coming up here and standing at the end of the end zone while you guys threw touchdowns and cheering and hoping to wear this red. And sooner or later, what do you know? I get lucky enough to be one of the guys that they put on the book. And I'm like, wow, how'd I pass up all these guys? But, hey, I'll make sure and carry the tradition holy,
That's right.
and hold it to high regard as it should be. So just thinking about the future, we got some great things coming to the stadium upgrade, scoreboard upgrade. We're going to get a new track as well. Timeline should get us off the schneid to be able to start the season on time. Hopefully we can do that. But what are some of the things that you're looking forward to for the future of Renegade Athletics as a whole?
Well, I'm real happy that the measure passed, that they're able to upgrade a lot of the facilities. I know that they're doing the stadium, the track, and I think Jeff ordered red turf, right? You can ask Jeff that later.
No, that would be nice.
I know that they're going to go to a turf field, which is going to be really cool. It's going to continue to build on this crown in the community, and I know they're going to redo the basketball stadium, and I think they have plans to do a bunch of other facilities up here. So it's really great that the community supported the junior college on those efforts, and I know that the junior college is going to put that money to good use.
Absolutely. Sonia Christian and Coach Sandy Taylor, they do such a fantastic job creating opportunities for us to be well meshed with the people who make those decisions. And, having the people come and visit us during the halftime segments and share their influence on how things got passed and just lets us know how special we are to be part of this unique tradition as well.
Yeah, this is the place to be. I mean, this is a great place.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely told guys if they didn't know, you better get ready for the show. And that's why I'm dressed up, because when you come to this place after you see it next time, you're going to want to have on a 3-piece suit or gear or something, because this is going to be the place to be in California. Basically, sorry about that, we're already looked at as one of the best stadiums in the country as is. Now we're put in a position to actually move forward to being one of the best stadiums at any level. So just having that opportunity itself gives me goosebumps, because I know players and teammates that I have all over the country that heard about our stadium and just were jealous of it from that aspect. And now we're moving up to that next upper echelon. This season, we actually had somebody post that we were trying to get the Raiders to come here. Maybe after we get done with this upgrade, we can get one of these teams and lease the field out one year. Huh?
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah, so Stan, thinking about the Achieve magazine and everything that you do in the Kern High School District, you guys had the All-Star game last night, right?
Yeah.
How special was that?
It's pretty cool. It started, we don't even remember when we started. It was 5 or 6 years ago, and we were laughing last night that the first year we had about 300 people there, and we sat around and said, gosh, I mean, is this the right thing for us to do?
Wow.
And the last 3 years we've filled the place.
Wow.
And it's just packed, and it's a great atmosphere, and we kind of run it like the NBA All-Star game, and we have our little, tricks on it where we have a DJ in the corner. And
nice.
we do dunk competition.
Wow.
And Last night was by far the best dunk competition that we've ever had.
Who was dunk of the night? Dunk of the night.
Oh gosh, man, it was hard to pick between Turner and Seals.
Oh, okay.
Both from Foothill, and I mean it was amazing. Turner took off from the free throw line on one, and then Seals went over the top of Turner's dad on one.
Wow.
And then went over the top of two kids on the I think it was his winning. I mean,
That's the one I saw.
Yeah, I mean, coming from a guy that I could just get to the net on a good day.
Yeah, we used to be happy to slap the backboard back in the day.
Man, I'll tell you what, those kids are talented and they're nice kids.
Yeah.
That's what's great about this job is I get to see the best of the best, and just such nice kids and so respectful and appreciative of being able to be involved in something like that. And we got to watch, everybody that was there for the dunk got to watch the show, and
Nice.
and the highlights of it and the clips of it are on our social media at the Kern High Network. So if you go to Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and look at the Kern High Network, you can see what you missed last night because it was crazy.
All right. Well, hey, guys, you heard it here first. Go to Kern High Network to check out everything that happened last night and transpired. I had an opportunity to be around Squid Turner as an elementary school player because my son was a point guard at Franklin, and he was the center.
Okay.
And just to watch his development. And my son graduates from the Army next week, and I'll be in St. Louis sharing
good.
all these accomplishments that his teammates get, and he's always proud of them, and they're proud of him for doing what he's doing and serving the country. But more than anything, to have the opportunities that exist from the Kern High School District and puts us in a position to be successful as athletes and students here at Bakersfield College.
Yeah.
Mr. Greene, I admire your leadership, and I'll follow you to the edge of earth.
Love you too, man.
Love you too, man.
All right. But you can't, I'm going to have you cover Chudy in a couple minutes, okay?
Hey, Coach don't want none of this. Coach don't want none of this. This is Kenny Calvin, Renegade class of 96, two-time Potato Bowl champion, sitting next to the guy, Stan Greene, in the house that Stan Greene built.
No, not me.
I know. I used to call it the house that Kenny Cal built. I'm going to pass that on to the 88 national champ, Stan Greene. Until we find somebody else that's more worthy, you get the title.
I'll call it the 76 team.
All right, there we go. There we go. That was a good year, too.
That was good.
Hey, this is Kenny Calvin. We'll be right back after the break with Coach Jeff Chudy of BC Renegade football right after this.